Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24 PC version. That's very crucial information because we are going back into the quote-unquote amateur ranks when it comes to football. We're going back to NCAA 24, I guess we could call it that, and we are going to be rebuilding my personal favorite college football team, the Ohio State Buckeyes, the world famous Ohio State Buckeyes. We're going to be trying to keep the momentum going. Now, Juice, you might be saying, Ohio State's always in national championship conversations. They always reload. They don't rebuild. They just reload. Why would they ever need a true rebuild? And it's because this team's been in a weird flux the past couple of seasons. If you're not familiar, because you're not a Ohio State fan or you're maybe not a big college football fan, I'll let you know. So a couple of years ago, we've been going through this stretch where the defense was just absolutely god-awful, horrible, could not stop a single person. Absolute trash. So we had been dealing with that, but on the other side, on the flip side, we had been dealing with a wonderful offense with Justin Fields, with CJ Stroud, with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison, all of these amazing, I'm leaving out a ton of awesome players, but I mean, it's just the oodles of talent on the offense is crazy compared to what we were playing on defense. And I'm not saying there wasn't any talent on defense. We were just sucking so bad. But now we get to this point where the defense is unbelievable. This season, this current season we're in right now, the defense is championship caliber, but the offense is not really what we're used to seeing. And maybe that's on the play calling. It could be. Ryan Day calls plays. Maybe that's on him. Or it's on the quarterback, which is what I personally think it is. Kyle McCord, in my opinion, is not really the guy, even though he was one of the highest recruited players to ever walk into Ohio State, which is a fact. He's a five-star guy, and he's one of the, I think, the three highest players to ever go to Ohio State coming out of college or coming out of high school. So maybe even with all this high recruiting, he's just not the guy. And I think we figured that out because of what we've seen in this season, where he's just not really. I mean, he's been manageable. He's been managing these games, and don't get me wrong, he's made some really good throws to Marvin Harrison, to Emeka Egbuka, to Cade Stover. He's made some really, really good throws, but he just doesn't have that spice. He doesn't have that pizzazz. He doesn't have that explosiveness that we're used to. We've come to be known here at Ohio State with Troy Smith, Braxton Miller, Terrell Pryor, Justin Fields, Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, CJ Stroud. All these quarterbacks have come through, and they've been unbelievable talents. And then we get Kyle McCord, who's just kind of a guy. He's just kind of a guy. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's bad by any means, but he's just a guy. And in college football, if you have amazing weapons and a unbelievable defense, you can win with just a guy. Just look at Georgia with Stetson Bennett. He's just a guy, and they won back-to-back championships. So it can be done in college football with just a guy at quarterback. So we're going to try to rebuild this Ohio State team to give them the offense that they should have had alongside the defense that they have now. So if we could just like take the 2020, 2021, 2022 offenses that we've had in the past with like Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, and just merge them with the defense that we have now, unbelievable, undefeated, 3 million championships. That it would be perfect. It'd be, nobody could ever touch, and we win by 100 points every single day. So I'm not gonna say that this rebuild is going to be totally unbiased because obviously I am an Ohio State fan and I'm rebuilding my favorite team, so I'm going to obviously try my absolute hardest to make this team as good as possible. But I've also fixed some things that I wanted to mention here. I'm pretty sure that I have fixed so that every other coach that I'm not controlling I'm not controlling. I put them all on auto on everything, which I thought that I did the first time when I did the USC one, but I think I only did that for maybe like 1 or 2 teams, so I might have like misjudged it, and I didn't do it for everybody. I'm pretty sure I've got it for everybody. Everybody's automatic. I should not have any say in what they do in terms of signing free agents, drafting players, all that kind of stuff. I should only be controlling Ohio State, which is what I wanted to do for USC, but I think I kind of messed some things up. And I do want to point out one more thing. This mod is still in beta testing, so if there's anything wrong with this that you may notice, don't get mad at me, don't get mad at the modders that made the mod. It's still in beta testing. I just want to... They put that pretty prominently when you download the mod in the descriptions and stuff. This is still in beta testing. There's still bugs that they're trying to work out, and it would help if people that play the mod would let them know about them so that they can obviously fix them. So if you guys catch a bug in this video or in the USC video that I may have missed, then let them know in the modding community Discord so they can get it fixed if there is one. I didn't see any that I noticed, but obviously, like, the big one, I guess you could say, that I did notice was the coaches don't have the pictures aren't matching right with the names and all that kind of stuff, but that's not like a big concern or all. It's just like a visual detail that could be fixed, but that's not like, it doesn't affect gameplay or anything like that. I know this has been a super long intro, but I wanted to get all of that information out. I wanted to give the little backstory on the Buckeyes and why this video exists in the first place, and then I wanted to tell you guys about the every other team is automatic, which they should have been last time, and I don't know why they weren't. I might have messed that up, and then the fact that this is still a beta. So, without further ado, it's finally time to actually get into the video and rebuild the Ohio State Buckeyes. Hope you guys going to enjoy. If you do, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let me know down below in the comments what other college team you want to see me try to tackle and rebuild in this little series, mini-series thing we got going on with these college football rebuilds. As we go through, you will see all of the teams that are involved. You've got your big names like Alabama, Clemson, Florida State, LSU, Notre Dame, all these teams. So as we go through, you'll see the teams and all that kind of stuff. And if you watch the USC video, you know everybody that's involved because I went through the roster. So I'm not going to do that again for this one. If you're curious about who's on every team, it's the normal rosters for this season. So you would expect everybody to be there, and they are. But if you want to go see that, go watch the USC video. I do that at the beginning of that one. So finally, after about almost 10 minutes of intro, it's finally time. Let's go rebuild the Ohio State Buckeyes. We have arrived on the roster, and as I talked about in the USC rebuild, everybody, I assumed that everybody was on normal development. Nobody had a development trait, but then we went through a couple trades, and we found out that I think there's 2 players in all of the roster that have X Factors, or have a development trait at all, and they're both X Factors, and one of them is Marvin Harrison. The other one I'm not 100% sure if I can remember. I don't honestly know. I can't remember who it was, but it was one other player. It might have been Kool-Aid McKinstry, actually. It might have been Kool-Aid. I can't remember for sure. But there was only like 2 other players that had a development trait. Other than that, everybody's on normal development. Obviously, as we go through the couple years, they'll get their development trait upgrades as they play good. But this team, the offense, don't get me wrong. I know in the intro, I made it seem like this offense was just like Iowa's offense, where they're putting up 5 points a game or whatever they're putting up. So this offense is unbelievable. Travion Henderson, the best running back in the country. There's really no debate. I guess you could make a debate, but he's the best running back in the country. You've got Marvin Harrison, who is the best player in the country. Should be the Heisman Trophy winner. I doubt he will, because the Heisman voters basically think it's a quarterback award, but it's a best player award, and Marvin Harrison is the best player in college football, even if you don't think that he is because you're not a fan of Ohio State. Just watch some film. You may think that Keon Coleman's a better player, or the receivers from LSU are better players. They're fine players. They're amazing players. This man right here is the best player in college football. So, in my opinion, he should be the Heisman winner. I doubt that he will. I hope he does. Trust me. I would be on the moon if he won the Heisman. but I doubt that he will because it's a quarterback award. Obviously, we've got this guy, Kyle McCord. He's not wearing number 6 because I think they gave that number to Sonny Styles on the defense, and in the NFL, you can only have one person per number, or one number per person. So they gave him number 16. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I could switch it because Sonny Styles is just a freshman, but maybe I will. Where's Sonny Styles at? He should be. No, that's not. That's Lorenzo Styles. Where's Sonny at? There he is. Sonny Styles. They gave him number 6. We'll just go ahead and change his number. I don't know what we'll give him. 98 now. I guess we can't really give him anything really that good. He's only going to have 6. Sonny plays a lot, so he's got to have a good number. But there's not really anything that I want to give him. Let's give him 98 for now. We'll come back and we'll change it. But maybe we can give him 16. We'll just flip the numbers. Flip. We'll just flip McCord and Styles' numbers. So McCord can have 6 so that he can have his number. And then we'll go over to Styles. And we won't make him number 98. We'll make him number 16. So there we go. That's perfect. All right, now that that's out of the way, we can talk more about the roster. We've got, obviously, Emeka Egbuka and Marvin Harrison Jr., the best wide receiver room in the country, it's fair to say, with Julian Fleming as well. The next in line, you could say, with Carnell Tate, who doesn't look like Carnell Tate, but that's not a problem. It's just what they did for him. Not a big deal. An offensive line that needs a little bit of work, but for the most part is very highly rated and very good. With Fryer, Jones, Hinsman, Jackson, and Simmons. Very solid offensive line. If I was going to change anything, I would change Hinsman. I would get an upgraded center. Maybe we'll do that. We've got Farmer Gronk here, Cade Stover. What a stud player. He's been a linebacker, a defensive end, and now he's a tight end, and he is one of the best tight ends in college football. Maybe not the best tight end in college football because you've obviously got Brock Bowers, but Cade Stover is in that conversation. Obviously, Egbuka is unbelievable as well. Probably a first-round pick just like Marvin Harrison, although not as high as Marvin Harrison will be. And then you've got Travion Henderson. You've got Williams, Pryor, and Trainum. Chip Trainum, obviously former linebacker. A lot of injuries in this running back room, especially from this man, Mayan Williams. Out for the season in real life. But he's good when he plays. He just doesn't play a lot. And then the defense, which is unbelievable. The captain of the defense, Tommy Eichenberg. You've got my favorite, personally my favorite player on the entire team, besides obviously Marvin Harrison, is Steele Chambers, former running back turned linebacker. You've got Josh Proctor, I think the 5th-year senior. You've got Denzel Burks, who's going to be a first-round pick. You've got JTT. You've got Hall, and you've got Hamilton. Both of these guys are absolute studs. Jack Sawyer's a beast. Some of the little player portraits are kind of throwing me off of what they actually, because I know what these guys look like in real life, and it's throwing me off a little bit of what they look like. And then you've got some good depth with Igbinosun. You've got Hancock. You've got unbelievable players around the bench. So this team doesn't, like I said, this team's not going to need a lot of work, but there are some things we can fix. There are some holes that we can fill, and you know I'm a master of filling holes. So let's simulate season 1, see how this Buckeye team does, and we'll go from there. I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. We have finished year number 1 of the rebuild. We went 15-2. We won the division and made the playoffs as the college football playoffs as the best team in college football. We are 15-2, absolutely unbelievable, and we're going to be taking on our former rebuild team, USC. I am curious to see how these stats did. I don't even know what playbooks are running. I didn't change anything. I didn't even look. So I have no idea what we're going to be doing on playbooks. But Kyle McCord, 4,400 yards, 33 touchdowns, 5 picks is a very good year. 72% completion percentage. That's a solid season from McCord. A fantastic year from Travion Henderson, 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns. That's what you would expect a guy of Travion Henderson's talent to do. Then you've got, obviously, the unbelievable alien talent that is Marvin Harrison Jr. 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Stover had a really good year. Egbuka had a good year. Fleming had a good year. Everybody had a very, very good year. Then Tommy Eichenberg led the team in tackles. No surprise there. 124 is crazy. Proctor at 83. Everybody played pretty well. Tackle for loss leader was JT Tuimoloau. Then you've got Mike Hall Jr. with 10. Hamilton with 9. Sawyer with 8. Sack leader was Tuimoloau with 11. 7 for Mike Hall. And then you got Ty Hamilton, excuse me. Tyleik Williams is what I was thinking of. 5.5 sacks for Steel Chambers. I love that. Interception leader was Lathan Ransom, really? Lathan Ransom with 5 picks is kind of crazy. Not what I would expect from the strong safety position, but whatever. A couple guys had 3, including Denzel Burke. A guy had 2. A couple guys had 1. Very solid from Du Bois. But now we go into the playoffs, college football playoffs, and we see if we can take on USC. I have no idea how this is going to work. I hope it goes well, and it does. 35-28, we win. And we are playing in the college football playoff semifinals against UCLA for a chance to go to the national championship game. We have a breakout player result, and it was Jack Sawyer going from normal to star. He didn't get it done, and they never get it done, really. Now it's time to play UCLA for a chance to go to the national championship game, and we lost, actually. Huh, okay. So year 1, we lose in the college football playoff semifinal. We will not be playing in the national championship game. It'll be UCLA versus somebody. Who is it going to be? UCLA versus, I can't see who it is because the things aren't. It's Florida State. Florida State beat Colorado. Another possible rebuild team is Colorado. But UCLA has beaten Colorado. They will play Florida State. What a weird team that is, or what a weird national championship game that is. But we'll simulate. Remember, there's no salary cap in this because it's college football, so there's no salary cap. We don't have to worry about that. Season recap, 28-42. Florida State blows out UCLA. Jordan Travis is your MVP of the Super Bowl. Unfortunate for him because in real life, he had a gruesome ankle injury, and it just came out a couple days ago, depending on when this goes live. It just came out that he was done with football. He was retiring from football because of this injury or whatever. It was a gruesome injury. So prayers to him. But he wins Super Bowl MVP, so good on him. Drake May wins the national championship MVP. I'm slipping up. Drake May wins the Heisman, and we don't win anything, so that's okay. We don't win the Biletnikoff, even though we probably should. All right, so during the simulation, I stopped it so that we could re-sign anybody that we need to re-sign, or re-sign people. Bring them back, convince them to come back, basically, is what I meant. So all we have to do is one more person, and that is to accept the option on Jaden McKenzie. We now have everybody coming back on the team, and I will continue to do that for the remaining part of this rebuild because we don't want anybody to transfer out or anything like that. But now it's time to move to the transfer portal. This is huge. This is absolutely huge because we have some holes to fill. We obviously didn't win the national championship, so there are some things that we can do to fill some holes, like getting Zach Frazier to transfer out of West Virginia. Come play center for us. That's a possibility. There's some pretty good Minnesota players that are in the transfer portal. Obviously, in the USC rebuild, we signed Cooper Beebe, but we're not going to be doing that this time because we don't need him. But we do need a guy like Zach Frazier, so I will convince him to... I'll give him one of my famous loaded handshakes, and we will convince him to come and transfer to The Ohio State University. Talia's in the portal. I don't want any of these quarterbacks because I think we'll just ride with McCord. We don't need a running back. Receivers, we're pretty good on. Obviously, we have the best receiving room in the country. I could use one of these tight ends. We could maybe get them to transfer in and then trade somebody to get another player. That could be pretty fun. That could be pretty darn fun. But other than that, we're pretty good. Everybody on our offensive line is pretty solid. Defensive line, we're pretty good too. We maybe could use another corner, I guess, is the only thing. Like Max Melton, maybe we could try to bring in from Rutgers. Maybe we try to get him to transfer to a rival. Well, rival. We'll see what he does. UCLA is also offering him the chance to transfer out. We don't need any safeties. I think we're pretty good on that, even though I do like Jalen Catalon. I kind of want him, actually. I kind of want him, but we don't need a strong safety because we just had freaking Lathan Ransom have, like, what, 5 picks at the strong safety spot? We don't need a safety, a strong safety. I think those are going to be my only 2 signings. Max Melton and Zach Frazier. And we get Zach Frazier, but we don't get Max Melton. He signs with UCLA. Okay, Jalen Catalon goes to Ole Miss. But UCLA, they just made the national championship game and lost, so they're trying to regroup and get better. We get ourselves a new center, so that's good. And that was really the biggest need that we needed to get, if we're being totally honest. That was the biggest need we needed to bring in because, I mean, look at this offensive line now. Everybody's going up. Everybody's great. Cade Stover's a true 99. The receivers are looking good. McCord is now a star development. So is Travion Henderson. And then on the defense, there's not really much hole we can fill. I mean, maybe we go and fill the D tackle spot. That's really the only weakness because Jack Sawyer, but Jack Sawyer's a low overall too. There's a couple spots in the defense line that we could fix, or at least attempt to fix. And you know what? We might try to go and fix those via a more, how do I want to phrase this? We could do this more of a more direct transfer, I guess you could call it. Instead of a trade, this is a more direct transfer. So who's some of the best D tackles in the country? Who wants to come play for The Ohio State University? Let's see. We could go with a couple of different players. I'm seeing some high overalls here. There's some very good players available. There's 3 really good D tackles here at Florida. They can't use all of them, obviously. So I think I'll just take I'll take Cam Jackson off your hands there, Florida. How's that? And I will, in return, send you Ty Hamilton. How's that straight up? Trade offer accepted. Perfect. Trade offer accepted. And then we can also, do we want to replace Jack Sawyer? We can take a look around the league, around the country, and see if there's anybody who maybe wants to come and play for Ohio State. Maybe. Ooh, I do kind of like the idea of Chop Robinson. And maybe Abdul Carter as well. Take both of them from Ohio State or from Penn State. That could be pretty fun. I'm going to pull off the craziest trade of all time. We're going to take Chop Robinson and Abdul Carter away from Penn State. I will give them back Daniel Griesiak, who's an 85 overall, to be fair. And we'll give them, I don't want to give them JTT, but I might have to. I can't give them JTT. They're not going to want Jack Sawyer. He's too low of an overall. I could give them Caden Curry and then a bunch of quote-unquote picks. Recruiting points, basically, is what these are. I'll give them recruiting points. So 3 first-round recruiting points and 2 players to replace. How's that for a trade? Bada bing, bada boom. We just upgraded a bunch of different players and got so much better. So much better. So now if we generate the best lineup, oh baby, we're looking good on offense. And then on defense, we're looking even better because now we throw in Carter at the left outside linebacker spot to pair alongside Eichenberg and Chambers. And then we have Chop Robinson alongside JTT. Oh, baby. And now Jackson's at D tackle. Oh, the team's coming together. I think we could be a national championship next year. I think we could be a national champion next season. At least I would hope so. I mean, as much sweat that I've put into this team already, we better. And the recruiting class coming in this season is just auto-generated. It's not a big deal or anything. None of these guys are really going to matter. And now we don't have 3 of our first round recruiting points. So we're not going to be getting anybody that great anyway. I might even just let the CPU handle it, if we're being totally honest. Unless there's like a sneaky guy in the second round or something. Let's start drafting and find out. Let's pause it, and then let's just view the recruiting board. Is there gonna be anybody here? I guess, you know what, let's just sim to our pick. Sim to our spot in the recruiting table. It's National Signing Day. There we go. Okay, so pick 30 of the second round of recruiting. Is there anybody left on the board who's gonna be worth taking in the second round? Maybe a guy like Chuck Schmidt. Maybe he wants to come and play for Ohio State. He looks pretty decent. Donatello Hills, what a name. His power moves are pretty good. Is he a power rusher? He is. His block shed and finesse moves aren't great. Greg Hartzell, 6'6", but he doesn't have very good speed. His block shed's really good. His tackling's really good. I don't know what his finesse move is, though. That's the only problem. I like Chuck Schmidt. I think he could be pretty decent. Juan Werner. Oh, he's not fast. And he has F juke move. Oh, get out of here, boy. Absolute get out of here. Rodney Townsend, 5'11", corner. Pretty good athlete. If we knew his zone coverage was A to C, if we knew it was either an A or a B, I'd probably take Rodney Townsend. But I like Chuck Schmidt. I think we're going to take Chuck Schmidt. He is a hidden development. I'll take that. Hidden development recruit. Hopefully he ends up turning out to be something we won't know, because he's probably never going to play. We're not going to go long enough for us to find out, basically. So we took him, and then we'll simulate the rest of it. And we will see how good he is. How good is he? He's a 76. I'd say that's pretty solid. He's a 76. I don't know where there it is. Okay, so the best player in the recruiting class was a left tackle who went #1 overall. All right. Pretty interesting there. And Rodney Townsend was a 76 overall, so he went in the 3rd round. I'd say that's pretty good. But I'm happy with our guy. Happy with our guy. And I'm happy with the team now. We add Chop Robinson and Abdul Carter, 2 of the best players in college football. And now they're on our team. We have like 99s and 98s everywhere. McCord's going to get better. The receivers are already pretty good. We could add a 3rd receiver, or technically a 4th receiver. But we'll see for season 3 what we need to do. And then the defense just looks really, really good. Oh, we're going to be so good. We're going to be so good. I can't wait. I'm going to simulate to the end of season 2, and we will hopefully get to the national championship this time. Season 2 is in the books, and we lost a few more games than I was expecting, but still made the playoffs at 12-5. A little bit upsetting, but I did notice that Kyle McCord finished 2nd in the country in passing yards this season with 4,847 touchdowns, 10 picks, a 74% completion percentage. Okay, Kyle, out here gunslinging. And then Travion Henderson, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Mayan Williams, a little bit of a touchdown merchant with 10 of those things. 2 1,000-yard receivers and another one that was very close. Harrison has another really unbelievable year. 1,600 yards, 20 touchdowns, 1,100 yards even for Julian Fleming with 13 touchdowns. Emeka Egbuka, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. Stover, pretty good season as well. And then defensively, Eichenberg just continues to absolutely dominate. No surprise there. Half a sack, 2 picks. Igbinosun had 96 tackles. Ransom had 92. Sonny Styles even got a lot of play time. And then tackle for loss leader was Cam Jackson, the new addition that we got. He has 19 tackles for loss. Tui Molau had 14. Abdul Carter from Penn State and Chop Robinson both had 12. And then we had 7.5 sacks from JTT, 6 from Jackson, 5.5 for Carter. Mike Hall had 5, 4.5 for Chop. Very productive, very good from the boys. Are we going to beat USC again? Didn't we play them in the divisional round last year? I think we did. And we do. We beat USC, and we will take on Washington, fellow Big Ten team, Washington Huskies, in the college football quarterfinals. Georgia, Mississippi State, Texas, LSU, North Carolina, Notre Dame, and us versus Washington. Very interesting college football playoff rankings this year. Notre Dame barely got past UCLA, by the way, by a point. That's kind of crazy. But now it's time. It is time to see Ohio State versus Washington. Can we get it done? It's going to be tough. But we do it 35-24. We go to the College Football Playoff semifinal where we got bounced last season by UCLA. This time, we take on North Kakalaki. North Carolina. Georgia LSU on the other side. And then it's us and Carolina. This is going to be interesting. I hope we can do it. I hope we don't have to play Georgia, though. That's going to be a tough game. Absolute monster of a game. They got such a good team. It's go time, though. OSU, North Carolina. They were 14-3. We were 12-5. For a trip to the national championship game, we redeem ourselves. We get back to the national championship for the first time since 2014 when they beat Oregon and Marcus Mariota. But we're taking on LSU. LSU did us a huge favor by beating Georgia. So now it is LSU versus Ohio State. 2 4 seeds in the college football playoff national championship game. It is a wild scene. We're going to jump in and try to help the Buckeyes get another natty.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Commanders, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get...
We have made it to the national championship. LSU versus Ohio State. LSU off to a hot start, but we come back 7-7. Defense does their job. 14-7 Buckeyes lead. 14-10. 21-10 at half. Nope, 21-13 at half. And I guess they got the ball at the half. Oh, they scored very quickly in succession there. It is 29-22. We lead. But LSU is driving down the field, and it's looking dangerous, and they've tied the game up. 5:23 to go. It is all tied up in the national championship. Henderson gets the ball. He's got the edge. He's got one man to beat. Juke move. Travion pulled down from behind. But that is the explosiveness of Travion Henderson. And this time, the offensive line can't do much. He doesn't go anywhere. All right, maybe we went to the well one too many times there. That's okay, because we've got frickin' Marvin Harrison on the team. It's not a big deal if we can't run the football. Although Marvin didn't win off the ball immediately, off the line immediately, he still was able to find it. I don't know how he was able to find it, but he was. He was like blanketed by whoever was covering him, and still wasn't enough to stop him. Cade Stover almost picked by an LSU defender. That could have been very, very bad. I don't know if we should punt the ball in this spot. It's 4th and 4 in a tie game in the national championship. We probably should punt the ball, if we're being totally honest. But this is the Natty. How many times are you going to play in a national championship game? McCord down the field. Marvin, and it's Maserati Marv on 4th and 4. Who else? I wouldn't trust anyone else with that ball in that spot. McCord makes a good enough throw, and Marvin makes an even better play. And Travion bounces to the end zone. Buckeyes score, and we are one stop on defense away from a national championship here in Season 2. Kick the extra point for good measure, and I almost missed it. We have taken the lead back. Expertly done by the boys, but LSU is driving down the field fairly easily. Let's see if the defense can stop anybody. Is it Jalen Daniels or I forget his name. I think it's Jalen Daniels, LSU quarterback. They've got all their timeouts. We are under 2 minutes in the game, and they're draining the clock very heavily here. Oh, Jackson got in, but it's going to be caught. Touchdown. I missed the tackle because I suck. Aaron Anderson scores for LSU, and just like that, it's back to a tie game. It is back to a tie game, and they want us to punt on 4th and 8 from our own 27. Have you ever met the Juice? The Juice doesn't punt. Cade Stover. Farmer Gronk. We got the first down. That's what I'm talking about, baby. A minute to go. Marvin one-on-one in press. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm actually going to send Ibuka out on an out route just in case. But this is Maserati Marv in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. It doesn't get easier than that, ladies and gentlemen. Maserati Marv. He is him. Oh, baby. That was a good throw from McCord. He put that where nobody could get it except for Marv. Absolutely brilliant. It is 3rd and 18. 2 stops, really. And we have got ourselves a national championship on our hands. We won 2, I think, in what, 3 seasons with USC? That's a big sack by, I think, Abdul Carter there. It's 4th and 29. I think we won 2 national championships with USC in their rebuild. Carter trying to get to the quarterback. Caught. It's going to be... Oh, my God. I might have fumbled the bag there. I missed the tackle because I was trying to go for the big hit stick. Can they get down the field? They did. They've got 1 play for the end zone to force overtime. Incomplete. No flags. Oh, no. There's a second left on the clock. I thought it was over. That probably honestly could have been called a flag very easily. To the end zone. Knock it down. Oh my God, he caught it. Brian Thomas Jr. Off the deflection in the end zone. The Hail Mary. He caught the pass. You've got to be kidding me. What a catch. It was swatted by... Look how many red jerseys are here. Somebody gets a hand on it. Not sure whose hand it is, but then it just happens to fall into the hands of Thomas Jr. And in college football, you only need 1 toe. Although technically he gets both feet down. What an insane play. And they will kick the extra point to force overtime on the final play of the game. And we've got overtime in the national championship. Absolutely insane play. I don't believe it, if we're being totally honest with you. I don't believe it. I don't believe that we're going overtime in the national championship. Off a freaking Hail Mary touchdown, too. If it was just like a normal touchdown, that sucks, but it'd be okay. We've got the ball, and now I think any score wins because they had their opportunity. LSU did. So, oh, Travion cooked. Down the field. McCord overshoots, but what's the flag? What's the flag? I can't see the guy. See, these are some of the things that we have in beta. Donovan Jackson with a hold. Donovan Jackson with a unfortunate hold. Now it's 4th and 6. McCord, it wouldn't have mattered anyway if he would have hit that throw. Up in the air, 4th and 6. Incomplete. McCord got hit. It was kind of a wounded duck. And LSU has the ball. And I think it is pretty much next score wins. And they do. They kick the field goal. LSU kicks the field goal and wins the national championship. The Buckeyes fall in a crazy national championship game. We had overtime. We had a 4th quarter, last second Hail Mary that won, or that tied the game. Insane national championship. And unfortunately, we do not win it. So in 2 seasons, we've made it to the semifinals and the championship game and have lost both times. Not acceptable. Not acceptable in Columbus. I'm not too happy. It's Jaden Daniels. That's his name. Marv wins the the Offensive Player of the Year, which could be the Biletnikoff, I guess. Caleb Williams wins his second of his Heismans, so he joins Archie Griffin. And LSU were the national champions. Unfortunate, but we go into the third off season, or the second off season, head into the third season. And we'll see what we can do here. See what we can do. All right, negotiations. I'm just going to go and quickly offer everybody here because literally the money doesn't matter. So we're just going to make sure that everybody comes back. So we're just going to go and offer Marv literally the moon. You can have whatever you want, Marvin. He's going to test free agency. I don't think so. You're coming back, Marv. Travion Henderson will come back. Hopefully. He says he's coming back. Perfect. I'm going to cut, and I'm going to bring back all these guys, and I'll bring it back when I'm done. All right, so I got everybody back except for a few people. Most notably, Kyle McCord. I could not get him to re-sign his contract. Denzel Burke, Cam Jackson, and JTT all said they wanted to test free agency. So we're going to have to go and get those guys back because we're not going to be the same team if we don't have those guys on the team. So we got to go in here and absolutely bring them back. Donovan Edwards is here. I don't know. We don't need a running back, but we do need Mr. Denzel Burke, and I will offer him absolutely everything he can. Oh, come back, Denzel. Come back to me. I didn't want you to get here in the first place, but you're here. All right. Then we need to get Kyle McCord back. We could actually, you know what? We could get Shadur Sanders. Do we want to go get Shadur Sanders? That could be pretty fun. You know what? Screw you, Kyle McCord. We're going to get Shadur Sanders. Forget about Kyle McCord. I want Deion's kid. I want his sperm in me. Give me Shadur Sanders. And then we're going to go to receivers. I forget who else we didn't get. Oh, we didn't get the one offensive lineman. Was that right? Where's he at? Wait, I know we didn't get JTT. Oh, no, it was Cam Jackson. That's who we didn't get, the Florida guy that we got to transfer. So we definitely have to bring him back, and he should hopefully accept that. And then we got to bring JTT back. I don't know why he didn't come back in the first place. I offered him a pretty fair contract, or I told him he could get free pizza, I guess. But UCLA's trying to steal my man. I will not allow it, UCLA. JT Tuimoloau is my guy. I will not allow you to steal him from me. Pay everything we can. Offer the world to JTT. All right, we're in a battle with him. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him. I'm very concerned. It's not looking good for the boys. Oh, we could reunite the boys. Shiloh's here as well. If we're going to get Shadur, we might as well get Shiloh as well. So we got to offer Shiloh. It's only right to reunite the brothers. So that's going to be all our guys. Our targeted are all the guys that we didn't miss, or that we missed out on, and then the Sanders brothers. Are we going to get everybody? Everybody signed, but how many signed with us in the transfer portal? Burke, Jackson, Sanders, and Sanders. Who do we not get? JTT signed with the UCLA Bruins. Why do you hate me? Tuimoloau. Why do you hate me? Kyle McCord didn't sign anywhere. But we've got a new quarterback in town, ladies and gentlemen, and it is Shadur Sanders. Is the team as good? I hope so. We need it to be. All right. Sanders has 7 upgrade points? Why? He's got What is this? Whose man is this? This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. This is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Shadur Sanders' model, his player model in game, is just Deion Sanders with a mustache. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Oh, I love this. I'm so happy right now. This is the greatest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. How does he have a mustache? It's just Dion with a mustache. I love it so much. I love it so much. I can't even focus on the fact that he's got he had 7 skill points that we're spending right now because I'm distracted by the fact that he's got the fact that it's Dion with a mustache. I love it. I couldn't have asked for a better player model. They did that right. They really did. That's amazing. Oh my god, I can't help it. It's so good. Wait, does Shiloh? What does Shiloh look like now? Marvin's got an upgrade, but he can't be upgraded. What does Shiloh look like? So Jack Sawyer's on the edge there. Where's Shiloh at? He's a safety, right? There he is. Does he also look like Dion with a mustache? They're both Dion. They're both Dion with mustaches. I love it so much. Oh, I love it so much. It's so fantastic. Oh, this mod's great. This is a fantastic mod. Alright, so... Oh, okay. So the team is pretty good. Even though we lost JTT, we still have Jack Sawyer to fill in. And we could throw a trade in there, but I think we're pretty good. I think we're going to ride it out with who we have. I don't think we need to do any trades. I think we're pretty much ready to go. I did change playbooks, though. We are now running Dallas's offense and Buffalo's defense. I don't know if those playbooks are going to be as overpowered as they are in normal base Madden, because remember, this is obviously a mod. So, and I'm using SimStats, the mod SimStat adjuster thing that Sabo has. I think it's Sabo. So I don't know if that affects the playbooks. He might have reworked all of the playbooks, so I don't know what overpowered playbooks are, or if there are any. He might have balanced them all out. But I did switch to Dallas and Buffalo just in case. So again, we don't have our own first rounder, so we will simulate to our first one, which is in the second round. Is there going to be anybody that's even worth anything? Tim Sweet? Not really. There's probably nothing there. I still can't get over the fact that both the Sanders kids are just Dion with a mustache. I love that. We'll take Joe Hill. He ends up being a hidden development player. That's pretty good. I am a drafting god, by the way, if you had forgotten. But we'll simulate the rest of this little recruiting cycle. National Signing Day, you could say. And we will move to the next season, which is season number 3. We've made the College Football semifinal, lost to UCLA. We made the national championship game and lost to LSU. This year's our year. We've got a new quarterback. I didn't need to pull up his model yet. I just wanted to. We've got a new quarterback right there. That's my quarterback. Terrell Owens, that's my quarterback. Oh, I love it so much. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to jump in a game and see him in an actual game. But I think we are pretty good to go. I think we are ready to win this national championship. I would expect us to get back on track. I think season 2 was a fluke. So let's go see just how good Shedeur Sanders can be. Or, I guess, how good Dion with a mustache can be. We have redeemed ourselves here in season 3. We are on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. We lost the national championship last season. This season, we go 16-1 here in year number 3. Clean sweep the national landscape, and we're the best team. We go to the college football quarterfinals to take on the cheaters, and it looks like Shedeur Sanders had an unbelievable season. 5,200 yards, 54 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. in this Ohio State offense, I'm not surprised whatsoever. 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns for Travion Henderson. No wonder we went 16-1. We had unbelievable offense. 3 1,000-yard receivers, including 1,600 yards for Marvin Harrison and 17 touchdowns. Fleming had 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. Igbuka had 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. I mean, it's no wonder why we were so good. Absolutely unbelievable. And then on defense, we were just getting tons of tackles, tons of pressures. We were getting, look at all these guys with multiple tackles for loss, double-digit tackles for loss. We were getting the backfield so quickly, so frequently, and then both of these boys, I knew they would be good. I knew they'd be good. 17.5 sacks for Chop Robinson. Carter had 15. The boys killed it. Not many interceptions, so we weren't turning the ball over in terms of interceptions, but we were getting pressures on the quarterback. We obviously had the #1 offense in the entire nation, in the entire country. And now we take on the cheaters here in the quarterfinals. Obviously, we're going to beat them because that's what we do. We beat cheaters. And now we take on Clemson. It's a 1 versus 4 and a 1 versus 2 in the semifinals. We don't get any revenge on LSU because they didn't even make the playoffs. They didn't make the college football playoff, LSU. The defending national champions. How embarrassing. Could not be me. Could not be me. But now we take on Clemson. I really hope that it's Alabama. That's crazy to say, but I really hope it's Alabama that we play because Florida State's been really good in this series, or in this simulation so far, so I hope it's Alabama. Obviously, Clemson and Ohio State have a pretty legendary rivalry in the past few seasons. Ohio State got the better of them most recently and could be credited, you could see, as ruining Dabo Swinney because ever since he lost to Ohio State, he has not been the same. So, can we continue the domination over them and go to the national championship? Yes, we can, but it will be Florida State who we have to go against in the national championship game. I'm terrified. This Florida State team has been so good in this simulation, these 3 seasons. They even have a national championship in season 1. And I'm pretty sure we just won the Heisman with Shedeur Sanders. He's a true 99. I just saw his model again. That's going to make me laugh every single time. I think we just won the Heisman with Shedeur Sanders. So now we have to go and get it done. They also went 16-1. This is going to be an unbelievable matchup, but we got to redeem ourselves. We got to come home with the national championship. I'm probably only going to go 1 more season after this. So unless we win a championship, maybe I'll want to defend it. I don't know. Maybe I'll go 1 more season. I haven't fully decided yet, but regardless, we got to go and get this one done.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning NFC champs and the Chiefs. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him.
We are back in the national championship going against Florida State. It's a tough matchup, but we lead 7-3, 14-3. Come on, boys, 14-10. Second half is over now, and it's 21-10. 28-10. I'm liking the looks of this. Although now they've scored again, and they've gotten a field goal. It is 28-20, and, oh, okay, we got to punt the football on 4th and 27. Okay, so we'll give the ball back to Florida State, and that is not good because they got the extra point as well. Ooh! That was a big play. I don't know who it was, but that was a big play. And I love the fact that it is just legit Deion Sanders and a mustache. Oh, Travion with a broken tackle. and they use another timeout, if we can get this first down, we could win the national championship. I do not want to go to overtime. We don't have a good history. Travion, face mask. Face mask. Put us at the 1, baby. Put us at the 1-yard line. Yes, sir. At the 1, a minute and 8 seconds to go. I kind of want to just run this ball with Travion down the throats. It's another flag. Is it a hold? Oh, is it? It's Josh Simmons this time. I was going to say, is it Donovan Jackson? It's Josh Simmons. So that takes us back to basically where we were. Marvin, I'm sending deep. Actually, that's not the hot route that I wanted. Hold on. There we go. Now that's the hot route that I wanted. So Marv, but it doesn't work. Sanders, another hold. I'm going to take off with Shadur, and that's a touchdown, but what's the flag? Are we going to get pushed back again? It's going to be another hold. These guys are killing me. Oh my God, it's another hold. This time it's the other tackle, Josh Fryer. They are really testing the patience, aren't they? But it's 1st and goal. We might as well just run this ball to make them use their last timeout. Are they going to? Okay, there we go. Now they don't have any timeouts. Now we can actually get this one done. Done and dusted. Marvin, I need you to win. You're my go-to here. He's not open. But Farmer Gronk is. Shadur hits him. Gronk scores. And the Buckeyes go up a touchdown with under a minute to go in the Natty. Cade Stover delivers. And we are 49 seconds away from winning the national championship, getting redemption for what happened last season. Can we hold on? 31 seconds, 28 seconds, 17 seconds. They have to score. Last time we were in a spot like this, the game's over. We did it. All it took was Shadur Sanders. I was going to say before that, he's just Dion with a mustache. Before that, I was going to say, last time we were in this spot, they tied the game with a last play Hail Mary touchdown. LSU did. But the clock was running. We ran all their timeouts away. And the Buckeyes get the Natty. 3 seasons in, and the Buckeyes are back on top of the college football world. Kyle McCord, who? We needed Dion with a mustache. That's what we needed. I hope he's holding the trophy. Please hold the trophy. Yes! He's holding the trophy. Dion, 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 Dion. Oh, this is great. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And the Buckeyes are national champions in season 3. You know what? I think we will go one more season to try to defend our championship and go back to back. I think we can do it. I mean, we just won 16 games. We're coming off of that good of a season. Obviously coming off the national championship. I think we fare pretty well against everybody else. And Shadur Sanders wins the Heisman, and he wins national championship MVP, and also Marvin Harrison won the Biletnikoff again, so can't be too mad about that. 3 seasons in, we've got 2 college championship, national championship appearances, and we've won. We honestly should have won both of them, but we won one of them right now. Can we win the final one of the video? I hope so. I hope so. I don't even know who's going to need a new contract. Well, I do know that Marvin's going to need one because we had to franchise tag him. So I don't even know what we're going to have to pay this man. I'll pay him literally $100 million. I'll give him a baseball contract. I don't care. I will give Marvin every single penny that I am worth. Just keep bumping those numbers up, baby. I don't care what it costs. At all costs, he's coming back. Marvin's back. Okay, so we got to get Abdul Carter back. He actually wants to come back, so that's nice. we don't have to go as crazy as we did with Marv, and he's coming back. Donovan Jackson we'd want to bring back because we got to keep the boys together. Can't just let everybody walk, especially when we're national champions. So we will offer that. He's coming back. Davison Igbinosun, he mostly wants to come back. So we will also offer him a nice loaded handshake to come back to the Buckeyes. And he's coming back. Who else is on this team to come back? There's a lot of people that need to come back. You know what? I'm going to cut again, and I'm going to bring everybody back so that these don't matter. These basically don't matter. So I'll see you guys when I got that done. Okay, so as you can see, I finished up the signings, and now we can go. I don't even think we need to go into free agency. I think we can just ride it out with whatever team we have, which, I mean, just came off a national championship. We have the defending Heisman winner. I don't even think there's anybody that we need to go after. But then I spoke too soon. Yeah, we're going after one person. Travis Hunter, the do-it-all, both sides of the field player, one of the best pure athletes in all of college football. Yeah, we're picking you up. You're transferring over to the Ohio State University. Just sign on the dotted line. He goes to North Carolina. Oh, I can't believe it. He fumbled the bag. He fumbled the bag. That's unbelievable. Well, we were even in the lead too. Like, we had all the dark green bars, and North Carolina was like in the yellow-orange tier. And he chose North Carolina to transfer to? He didn't want to come team up with Shedeur in Shiloh? Unbelievable, Travis. He made the biggest mistake in all of college football history, not signing with the Buckeyes. Now we just got to go and dominate. I'm not even going to draft. We don't have that first rounder anymore, so I'm not even going to draft. It's not even a big deal. I would have probably just taken an offensive lineman anyway. So this is just basically one final season to see if we can, one, go undefeated, and two, if we can defend our national championship. We actually drafted Luke Peoples, a wide receiver who's a 72 overall. Doesn't look too bad. He's probably a decent player. There was a strong safety who was 81 overall, but everybody else is kind of just mid. All right, we go into the final season, season 4. We are the defending champs. We have the defending Heisman winner. We have the defending 2-time Biletnikoff winner in Marvin Harrison. I doubt we lose a game, but knowing Madden, we'll probably lose at least one. Henderson's now a superstar development player. Sanders is an X Factor. Jones is now star. Stover is a superstar still, I think. And then on the defense, Eichenberg superstar. Carter Chambers are star. Proctor Ransom, Chop Robinson, but everybody else is basically just normal. Oh yeah, I mean, obviously we're really good. I would expect similar numbers from everybody this final season, but I guess all we got to do is simulate and find out. So I'll see you guys at the end of the final season, hoping for undefeated. I mean, we do have that new simulation thing involved in this mod as well, so maybe that'll help out. I don't know. We finally did it. 17-0 in the simulation. Shedeur Sanders, I'm expecting he had just as good of a season, and it looks like he had even better. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shedeur Sanders had 5,300 yards, 57 touchdowns, and 0 picks. This is a true college football stat line. Oh my god, that's amazing. I've never seen that before. That is insane. Travion does amazing as well. 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns. Marvin had 1,700 yards. Oh my god. 18 touchdowns. Fleming had 16 touchdowns with 1,500 yards himself. Ibuka had 982 with 8 touchdowns. Oh my good golly. Miss Molly. That is crazy. 132 tackles for Eichenberg. 101 for Ransom. Abdul Carter at 86. Cam Jackson, 14 tackles for loss. Mike Hall had 14. Carter had 12. Chop Robinson, 11. 19 sacks for Chop Robinson. These playbooks are out of control, so I guess the mods didn't adjust the playbooks because Buffalo's defensive playbook has wrecked with the Buckeyes. 14.5 sacks for Carter. Mike Hall had 8.5. Absolutely insane. A bunch of interceptions. I mean, 57 touchdowns and no interceptions is an insane stat line. We take on the USC Trojans. Are we going to beat them? We sure do. And now we can get some revenge on UCLA. They stole... Who'd they steal? They stole somebody from me. I don't remember. You know what? I kind of want to see where Kyle McCord ended up. Where did Kyle McCord end up? He went to Michigan State? You transferred to Michigan State, Kyle? I can't believe you. Oh, that just looks gross. That doesn't even look right on you. That's just gross. He transferred to Michigan State. I can't even begin to believe that. Oh my God. Florida State and Auburn in the other side of the bracket in the playoff semifinals for a chance to rematch in the national title game. We got to get past UCLA. They got to get past Auburn. Will we meet up again? We'll find out. We will absolutely find out. But first, before we can focus on the matchup with Florida State again, we got to battle UCLA for a trip to the national championship, and we do it. But we will not take on Florida State in a rematch. It'll be Auburn. Wow, the disappointment from Florida State. They went 12-5 and we went 17-0. We're just so much better than you. We have probably a two-time Heisman winner, most definitely guaranteed a two-time Heisman winner in Shedeur Sanders, a three-time Biletnikoff winner in Marvin Harrison, and we're trying to win our second straight national championship. We got to get through Auburn. They're a solid team. They beat Florida State, so they're probably pretty good. But let's go shut the door on their fairy tale.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Commanders, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
The final season, the final Super Bowl. It's Buckeyes and Auburn, and it's 7-0 already. 13-7, excuse me. Now it's 14-13. They must have missed their extra point or something. We're into halftime. It's 20-14. Come on, boys. 21-20. Okay. Score again to make me feel comfortable. There we go. 28-20. But they get the two-point conversion. Okay. They get the two-point conversion. It's 28-28. Why do all these games go down to the literal wire? I don't like it one bit. But you may notice we are rocking the all grays. We went before with the Scarlets. That didn't go over very well. We lost. Then we went with the all whites, or just the whites. Oh, Kate Stover bulldozes somebody. We went with the whites, and that's when we won the championship. So I thought, you know what? Let's shake things up one more time. Let's go with the all grays and see if we can win a championship in the all grays. So that's what we're rocking. These uniforms do look pretty fire, by the way. I thought about going with all blacks. I do enjoy those ones, but the grays look a little bit cleaner. Especially with the gray helmet, too. If they had, like, white shoes, oh, it'd be the piece de resistance. Marvin Harrison, what a throw. I probably shouldn't have thrown that, but that was a great throw. Or a great catch. I don't like that all these national championship games have gone down to the literal wire. The LSU one literally went to overtime, and we lost on a field goal. The other one, we were down in the fourth quarter. It was tight in the fourth quarter, but we came out with the victory. And now this one is similar. I'm sending Marvin on a post. Cade Stover's my other option, but it's got to be Marv. Who else? Incomplete. He got hit on the back and had to drop it. I don't really want to kick a field goal here, but we might have to. We'll see what we can do here. I like G. Scott's route. G. Scott might be a good one, but I'm not going to have a chance. A blitz from Auburn, and it worked at perfection there. And they are in field goal range with no time left. Wait, do we have the ball? Oh, it's overtime. It is overtime. They didn't kick the field goal or something? They were like right down the field. I don't know how they didn't kick a field goal. Really strange. They are going to score, so we have to score. Okay. Oh man, oh my God, we are pushing the ball down the field. We score immediately. We push the ball crazy down the field. We get the ball back. Can we do it again? 2nd and 6, 3rd and inches, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 1st and 10. We turned it over. Oh, it was a missed field goal. We went for the win. No! They went for the win on the field goal and they missed it. Auburn gets it and they kick a field goal. So we lose 2 out of the 3 national championships. Heartbreaking fashion as well. Unbelievable stuff. We did win at least one, so that's nice. But I wanted to win every single one. We had 3 opportunities to win the national championship, and we lost 2 out of the 3. The perfect season falls. Oh, in the Natty. It's unbelievable. We do win a Heisman, so that's nice. Shedeur gets his 2nd Heisman. Unfortunate, man. Absolutely unfortunate. I can't believe it. 2 straight Heismans for Shedeur Sanders. He joins Caleb Williams and Archie Griffin as the only players to get 2 in this universe. Obviously, Archie Griffin's the only one in real life. But, oh, that's brutal. That's brutal, the way we lost. And we lost on field goals both times. LSU kicked one in overtime to win, to beat us. And now Auburn did the same in overtime. We can't win in overtime. It's unbelievable. But that's going to do it for the rebuild. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I've been saying the entire time I've been doing every one of these episodes, if you have any suggestions for future rebuilding ideas or teams or whatever, leave them down below in the comments, whether it's college football or 2015 mod or the 2012 mod that I also have. So any one of those ones, or suggestions for any other new mods that I might have on that I can download on the community thing in the Discord. So if you have any suggestions for those, let me know as well. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.